14A District Court is now back in session. All those having business before the court draw near. The Honorable Judge J. Cedric Simpson presiding.
Court does call the case of the People versus Deja Walker. Okay, it's gone, whatever it is. Okay, we're good. All right. What are we doing on this case? This is a show. Go ahead.
Yes, this is a show cause, Your Honor. Mr. Walker, I believe, just owes money on this case. He has been in custody for, I believe, a month now and expects to be in custody for some time. He has 2 felony cases scheduled for preliminary exam on the 29th. So we're just asking for another date. At this point, he's not in a position to make any payments.
You have him owing $450. I have no restitution on it.
$450, and that is correct. There is no restitution.
And how long has he been in?
He has been in since July 23rd. So about exactly a month.
That's 150 or 120. That's right. All right. Well, he's got bigger issues. What I'm going to do is I'm going to waive all the fines and costs except the $125 statutory fee and close the case out.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Walker.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Never seen the part of it.
Court does call the case. The People versus Jamil Forbes.
Silvana Reed, Assistant Public Defender, with and on behalf of Mr. Forbes. Mr. Forbes, could you state your name for the record?
Jamil Forbes.
Thank you.
Teresa Player on behalf of probation. Your Honor, Mr. Forbes is before the court for a violation of probation hearing. This hearing was adjourned from August 9th. Mr. Forbes is non-compliant with the terms of his probation in this case in that he owes $400. His last payment to the court was in December of 22. He failed to complete the anger management program, failed to provide proof of employment, and he failed to report to probation after January of this year. So the court is also aware Mr. Forbes is in custody at the Washtenaw County Jail on another matter. His estimated release date in that case is October 1st, 2023. Probation's recommending 93 days in jail with credit for 50 days served to serve the balance, waive remaining terms, accept his financial obligations, and discharge from probation without improvement.
Any response?
This information was reviewed with Mr. Forbes. He does understand he does have a baby on the way that is due on October 16th. And so the only thing he would like to ask is if there was a possibility of any of the financial obligations being waived because he's going to have much larger financial obligations in the future.
Mr. Forbes, anything you want to say?
No, sir.
Sentence you to 93 days in jail, credit 50. You're to serve the balance. I will remain all the remaining terms except his financial obligations and discharge him from probation without improvement. I can certainly, after his release or at some other point in time, take a look at those financial obligations, but I'm not going to do that at this point. All right. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Court does call the case of the People versus Gustafson.
Silvana Reed, Assistant Public Defender, with and on behalf of Mr. Gustafson. Could you please state your name for the record, sir?
Yes, Joshua Gustafson. Sorry, ma'am.
Thank you.
That's right.
Teresa Blair on behalf of probation. Your Honor, Mr. Gustafson is before the court for a violation of probation hearing. Mr. Gustafson is non-compliant with the terms in his probation case in that he owes $360. His last payment to the court was in October of 2019. He failed to report to probation as ordered. He failed to complete outpatient treatment. He failed to test on a Smart Start alcohol monitor that he was placed on. He also failed to submit to an ETG test that the court ordered him to complete on October 18, 2019. When he failed to do that, the court issued a bench warrant. Mr. Gustafson is also in custody on a pending criminal matter with an alleged date of offense of January 30th, 2018. That alleged offense is an assault and battery. He is scheduled for a final settlement conference in that case on October 1st, 2023. From that report, Your Honor, it was alleged that he was using alcohol as well. He had a BAC of a 0.152. Given all the violations before the court, probation is recommending 93 days in jail with credit for 14 days served for him to serve the balance. For him to also complete the in-jail Dawn Farm program with consideration of early release upon completion of that, waive remaining terms, accept his financial obligations, and discharge him from probation without improvement.
Response.
This information was reviewed with Mr. Gustafson. He is hoping to take advantage of that Dawn Farm program. He is expecting his first child soon and is hoping that that will help him get back on the right track. So he understands the recommendation and does hope to take advantage of that program.
Sir, anything you wish to tell the court?
I'm sorry for not taking care of this sooner, sir.
All right. Sentence 93 days in jail, credit 14. Defendant is to serve the balance. He is to complete the in jail Dawn Farm program. I will consider early release upon his completion of that program. I'll waive remaining terms, accept his financial obligations, and discharge from probation without improvement. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you.
You too. Court does call the case of the People versus Ashley Teed.
Good morning, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Perny on behalf of Ms. Teed.
Ms. Teed, can you state your name, please?
My name is Ashley Teed.
All right, go ahead, Ms. Blair.
Yes, Your Honor. Teresa Blair on behalf of probation. Your Honor, Ms. Teed is before the court for a violation of probation hearing. This hearing was adjourned from the court from August 9th. Ms. Teed is non-compliant with the terms ordered by this court in that she owes $680. No payments were made. She failed to participate in the 14B recovery court. She failed to notify or contact the 1481 district court when she failed to participate in that program. She also, Your Honor, has a pending criminal matter out of Adrian of vehicle theft. That alleged date of offense is September 10th, 2021. She's scheduled for a PCC in that matter on August 28th. She also has new criminal convictions of possession of cocaine attempted out of Ohio, date of offense of July 19, 2019. Failed to comply with a police officer order and endangering children, also out of Ohio, date of offense May 9th, 2020. Receiving stolen property, also out of Ohio, date of offense June 10, 2023. She does have a bench warrant out of Lucas County, Ohio, with bond set at $25,000 cash or surety. I believe that that was issued because she was in custody here. This morning, Your Honor, probation did receive documentation from the Public Defender's Office that Ms. Teed did complete an extensive substance abuse program where I believe that that programming was 6 months or almost 6 months. Probation is recommending 365 days in jail with credit for 65 days served to serve the balance for her to complete the in-jail Dawn Farm program, or if the court would consider the completion of the drug treatment program that was provided to the court this morning with consideration of release. With the proof of that, waive remaining terms, accept her financial obligations, and discharge her from probation without improvement.
So just so I'm clear, Ms. Polera, if I looking at this racing for recovery, probation's recommending to take that into consideration and just release her early. Is that what?
That's what I'm recommending, Your Honor.
All right. Response.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yeah, I would ask for the same. As the information states, Ms. T did complete a program in Ohio from July 19th to January 17th. I did speak with her partner, and she was very successful in that program. She's tried treatment programs in the past, and this is the first time that it's actually stuck. So I congratulate Ms. T on her sobriety. She's also currently pregnant. She's due in February. I think her biggest concern is she doesn't want to deliver in custody. To take that into consideration. I think Ms. Teed knows that she messed up. She knows that she wasn't contacting the court in a manner that she should have. But I think that was before that she did this treatment program, before she has gotten sober. And I think she's completely turned her life around. She's gotten her children back in her custody. And I think she's ready to resolve everything. She did turn herself in Ohio, and she's kind of been bouncing around from Ohio to Adrian to here. So I think that's also proof that she is trying to resolve everything. So I'm just asking that the court take all that into consideration today.
I do have one question, and I could pay the fines within a month to you if I could get out. I still have my job. I am willing to finish. I was willing to go to another treatment facility other than sit in jail for 300 days. You know what I mean? Like, I really need to get back out there for my kids because I just finally got them back, Simpson. I'm just trying to do anything so that I don't lose them. I lost a baby around the same time when I was doing all these charges, getting all these new charges and stuff. And I'm just ready to get on with my life. But the 300 days that I don't want to lose my custody of my kids again. I'm willing to even try to do probation again. Like, can I just get one chance? The drug treatment program or whatever, I wasn't even qualified for that, I guess. Like, I was never qualified to even do drug treatment. So it's like, if I would have knew that, then I would have complied with probation. Like, I can do probation, and I can pay the fines like within a month.
And if I can just jump in and clarify that. So Ms. Polera and I went back and forth. I spoke to Ms. McDuffie about this. Seems like she was sentenced in 14A1 to 14B recovery court. Something happened where eventually was found, and there's an entry in JS that she was not eligible. Ms. McDuffie spoke with Mr. Heaton in 14B recovery court that she was found not eligible eventually. So when she was contacting 14B, they were telling her to contact 14A1. When she contacted 14A1, they would tell her to contact 14B, and she was kind of stuck in this, like, all these lines were crossed during this confusion about 14B recovery court. And again, Ms. Polera and I talked about that, but she was ultimately sentenced to probation here, I think is what we.
And I didn't know that. All that. That's all I was trying to say. Like, I feel like I was going in circles. And at that time I had lost all three of my kids and a whole baby. I had to give birth to a dead baby. Like, my mind wasn't right then.
Okay. Sent to the court, 365 days in jail, credit 65 that you served, the balance is suspended. I will waive the remaining terms, accept her financial obligations, and discharge her from probation without improvement. All right, good luck to you, young lady.
So am I doing 300 days still? Or I don't understand.
I suspended the 300 days.
Okay, so I'm out. Thank you so much, sir. And I promise you I'll do everything.